I'm a dude playing a dude disguised as another dude.
Hello collectors, and welcome to the Discount Action Figure Dude. I am your host, Christopher, and we are at the lobby of Hotel Cancelled to hang out with some of the people who may not be with us as far as our future entertainment is concerned. We have Amber, Jonathan, Ezra, and of course Gina. Why? And you're probably asking yourself, why is the original comic Kang the Conqueror at the reception desk? Well, he's here to receive the man that would have replaced him, Kang the Conqueror, from Ant Man and the Wasp Quantumania, as played by Jonathan Majors. I figure it is appropriate that we allow this Kang the Conqueror to hang out with his fellow brethren at Hotel Cancelled. So, let's say we cut this bitch open. And here goes Kang the Conqueror out of the box, looking pretty good, if you ask me. He comes with pretty much jack shit. He comes with 2 hands and 2 Cassie Lang heads for a figure. Well, let's take a look. See here. If we look at this, how many of these do I have so far? If I'm going to build Cassie Lang right here. It looks like I have the 1 figure. So it doesn't look like Cassie's getting built anytime soon. So, sorry Cassie. We'll throw you into the spare parts pile. Here goes Kang the Conqueror with his 2 hands. But let's say we take a closer look at Kang the Conqueror. Let's say we take a closer look at old Kang the Conqueror. Well, you gotta say, for a character we won't be seeing around anymore, Kang looks pretty good. Compared, it looks like a good face rendition of Jonathan, as we compare He Who Remains with his counterpart Kang the Conqueror. The costume is very shiny as we compare it to the Kang the Conqueror that we are familiar with. There are some similarities. I can see how the MCU design team took what we knew and went ahead and made some adjustments to make it a movie pretty. Even though, this will always be Kang the Conqueror, naturally, because you're a comic book guy. I'm a comic book guy, but, it doesn't look bad. He has this holding hand, even though the box gave him nothing to hold. I know these claw hands, these were, but this is a holding hand. I'm sorry, I was laughing, but when I put Kang down, he was in the push-up position, which I thought was pretty funny when I looked at him. Sorry. Lacking the focus there. I would assume that this Kang the Conqueror's articulation would be somewhat limited. Ooh. You can turn his waist, but it totally breaks the sculpt, and it looks very unattractive. So clearly he is going to be looking forward. He can't bend over. He can bend back a little bit, but that too breaks the sculpt, so we won't be doing that. Let's see. His knees, of course, bend enough, I guess. His cape doesn't really hinder it. But, of course, because of the cape, there's really not much you can do with these bent knees. As far as I know, the character doesn't fly. I can't remember. And the cape does, for what it's worth, look good. As we look under here, they did go through the trouble of adding some nice design to the rear, even though we won't be looking at it. It would have been nice if the cape came off. But let's say real quickly, I mean, we're pretty much done with this figure. But let's say we swap the head and see how it looks on. Oh, that just looks plumb silly. That it fits, but yeah, that doesn't look right. That looks awful. So we'll be taking that off. Lastly, we went ahead and put on his extra, power generating hands. And did notice that his arms are also pretty useless. This is as high up as they go. Here we have an action figure that can't raise his arms, can't really turn his waist too great. Yeah, can't move his legs back and forward, even though he can do the splits if you need a Kang to do the splits. So, yeah, that's what we got here, Kang. So, what kind of value do we assign Kang the Conqueror here? He has almost no value. Now, again, this has nothing to do with Jonathan Majors' legal problems. Those have worked themselves out. That's over. It's done, The problem is, this is a figure which you really can't do anything with now. I have no idea what the MCU is going to do moving forward with their big bad. It's no longer going to be this version of Kang the Conqueror. They're probably going to have a new one, I assume. Kang the Conqueror is too important a villain, if you ask me, to be just abandoned. He should probably be recast. And the figure itself, I can see no other functions for this action figure. I don't see what you can do with it. At the very least, he who remains, I can take Jonathan Majors' head and put it on another figure and do something with it. Maybe, and even the body could be repainted and make him some kind of a cleric or something. I can do something with he who remains if I wanted to. I can't do anything with this. This is what it's going to be. It is, this figure essentially has no value. Oh, I forgot. I'm discount action figure dude. I paid $16 for this from Amazon. He was on sale, which was too much.